Hey, what's going on YouTube? Today we have a variation of the Brahma Bugger. Kind of looks like a crawfish pattern. Trout key in on that. It's a very natural presentation, so hope you enjoy this one. Today we're going to be using a size 8 heavyweight nymph hook, and then a tungsten bead for the head here. Gonna mash the barb on this hook. Yeah, you can keep them on there, but you really don't need it, to be honest with you. Mash that barb, then take your tungsten bead, put the hook through the small hole first, and slide it down the shank to the eye of the hook. Put that in your very cheap vise or your expensive one, whatever one you got. Then we're going to wrap some 0.02 lead-free wire. I think last time I said lead wire, but it's lead-free wire. You don't want none of that gross lead wire in there. So wrap that around about 8 to 10 times. Take care of that tag in there. And then we're going to take our Orvis fluorescent orange 6/0 thread here, and we're going to get it started on the shank. Get it started a little bit and then start wrapping around the lead wires here. Get that secure. And then cut off your tag end. Next thing we're going to do is get some marabou, just one feather. We're going to measure a little over a hook length here. We're going to tie that in nice and tight. We're going to bring our thread about down to the hook bend. Bring it back up and in front of that marabou, so nothing's moving around too much. We're going to cut that marabou off close with our dull scissors. Wrap up that marabou a little bit and then take some silly legs here. We're going to take 1/2, we're going to fold that in half. As you see here, me struggling to hold it for some reason. And then we're gonna wrap that around our thread, pull it up to vertical, tighten that down. We're gonna take 1/2 the leg to the near side, then another 1/2 to the far side of the hook. We're going to get these tied in, positioned on each side of this hook. What these are going to do is give this a ton of movement in the water, and I think movement and color are what really tend to attract trout or just any fish with predatory instincts. So this is a good thing to add to a lot of flies, to be honest. Next we're going to add some neck hackle. This is the part where it gets a little bit more difficult, but we're going to strip off the lower webby fibers here, as we don't need those. Then we're going to gently pull back our fibers while holding the very tip of this feather. Then we're going to cut off the tip, leaving a little triangle, and this is going to be what we tie in. We're also going to cut off a few fibers on the side here, kind of create some anchors. So just something for that thread to grab onto. pull back the fibers that are sticking out, and you'll be able to get this tied in pretty easily. Just tie that feather in. Leave your thread about just a little bit ahead of the hook point. Grab some hackle pliers. Get a hold of this hackle, because we're going to start wrapping it around this hook shank. You're going to want to watch your hook point, because it will cut these delicate little neck hackles. So what I'm doing is just wrapping here and then pulling the fibers of the feather back, because otherwise they trap themselves, they get all tangled up and it looks terrible. Just take your time and it'll look really nice. And this is pretty much what the fly is composed of for the most part. It's just these neck hackles. So it's a little hard at first to get it, but once you start practicing, it gets a little bit easier and you can do it a little bit quicker. But here we are at the stem. We are going to tie this in. Try not to trap any fibers here. Probably 3 times at the back, and then just once or twice in the front. However times you want to do. Cut that excess stem off. And then we're going to do it again. I'll just let this play out and until we get to the end here. So as you can see here, I added a different color hackle. It's just a black hackle, same neck hackle, but the black looks really nice. At the end here, you can use whatever color you want, honestly, but yeah, we're just gonna do the tie in the stem here again. Cut the stem off, and then we're gonna sweep all these fibers back so we can kind of get a nice little pad here. We tie in our last material, which is going to be rabbit dubbing in the natural color. Just take a chunk, set it aside, and then counterclockwise twist your thread so it flattens it. And then you're going to want to find the middle, split that thread, and insert your index finger in there so you have this opening. Then you're going to take that clump of dubbing and you place it in between these two in this thread opening here. Clamp it down by releasing your index finger, and then you just start twisting this clockwise. What this is going to do is going to trap all that dubbing. You want to really twist this. Keep twisting it until you have this really, really spiky dubbing noodle here. And once you've done that, you're gonna pull back some fibers. Start to dub this. So what we're gonna do is make a spiky, natural rabbit fur dubbing collar here. Kind of preen it back and then do a few more wraps in front. And then you can do a whip finish, double half hitch like I am here. I believe that's what it's called. Or a normal half hitch. Make sure that thread is nice and tight. You don't want any of this stuff coming out. So you do that a few times, and then you can cut your thread off close. Kind of pick out the dubbing to make it look a little spikier and a little better. But find your favorite head cement. So you finish your fly here. Do 1 to 2 drops on each side. I did 2 drops on each side. Oh, maybe I did 3. And then you could cut those silly legs off to the length of your tail, but that's it. That is the my variation on the Brahma Bugger. I did some other ones where you can tie in some more silly legs at that pad you created at the end. That looks really cool too. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and if you go out and try it, let me know. If you have any suggestions for any other videos, that would be great. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, and comment on this video. Let me know what you want to see, what you liked and what you hated. I hope you guys enjoy your day out on the water, or if you're on the fly tying bench, I hope you enjoy your time on the fly tying bench and come up with something cool. If you do, let me know. I'll see you guys later.